strict about that. He was like, hey, if I see you leaning on the wall, everybody's doing push-ups. If I see you with your hands on your knees, and I see you, you're twerking in front of the entire team. In that exact spot that you decided to put your hands on your knees.
And Jimothy was a little suspicious of that.
Hey man, he was like, you either put your hands on your heads, you either put your hands up here, or you have your hands on your hips.
Bro, I had asthma and I didn't realize that that's actually
that's the preferred way to do
because it actually expands the rib cage, and if you breathe through your diaphragm,
which is how you're supposed to breathe. You're supposed to breathe through your diaphragm.
Yeah.
Everyone breathes through like their chest and their lungs and all of them. Like, I mean, I think I naturally breathe like that, but when I force myself to breathe through the diaphragm, I actually, in a sense, it kind of calms me a little bit when you actually have like a good flow of breath.
Yeah, and that's why I love working out too, is because being asthmatic and allergen ridden, being able to breathe afterwards. And then we used to have our neighbors, especially whenever the kids would get frustrated, we would make fun of them. But I never realized how important it was to breathe. Like you said, having a routine, but even at work, it's just meditating and being mindful.
Yeah.
Breathe in your belly. It's like, I never really realized.
Breathing is like a really, really important thing when you're working out. Especially if you're doing things like squatting or benching or like even deadlifting, because you always have to like tense your core. Like core tension is a really important thing.
And the right way too.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not realizing that. Like I'm not even thinking about it, and I'm trying to be more conscious of it.
Yeah. Like the main thing for like squatting and benching is that you want your core to be tense. Because like the way that they explained it, at least to me, when I was first learning how to like properly bench and squat, is they were like, inhale right before you like do your your decline.
Yeah.
And then once you come up, you let that air out.
Yeah. Not while.
Yeah, so you go in and you're like on your down, and then as you like, depending on who you are, you sometimes like let your air out as you come up. So I breathe out when I squat. Yeah. If I'm doing like a heavy-ish squat, like if I do like 225 and up, I'll breathe in just to tense my core. I'll squat down, and then I'll exhale on my way up. But I breathe out through my mouth.
I'm a mouth breather the way, because again I always, and I say that jokingly, because it was always tough for me to breathe through my nose growing up. Yeah. And then, like you said, the breathing is very important.
Yeah. Man. routine.
And not just with lifting, but everything.
Everything, dude.
Yeah. Because half of it's in the kitchen too.
Exactly. Another topic that we're getting into. Let's see. Next up, we have sleep. How important is sleep when it comes down to working out? Now, me personally.
Oh no, I wasn't laughing about that.
No, I have a horrible sleep schedule.
Blame your girl.
Yeah, man. Like there will be times that I'll come home from work after like just working.
Yeah, you were telling me. I didn't ever fucking knew you were taking pre-workout fucking 10 at night, man.
Yeah, and I'll be up until like either 3 or 4 in the morning, just like sitting there, and I'm like, dang, why am I still up? But I'll end up waking up early.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't expect that text this morning.
Yeah.
And then also, I only slept 4 hours, and you told me, I woke up at 6.
Yeah, like I'll either wake up at like 6 or 7, like before the sun sometimes. I'm like, this is weird. There'll be times where, like I'll go to sleep at like 7 and I'll wake up at 9 and I'm like, what the freak?
Thinking about
I'm like, that's crazy. But it really depends on how much you sleep. For me personally, I'll either oversleep and I'm tired throughout my shift and I want to work out after I get off.
Yeah.
Or I undersleep and for some reason I'm energized by the end of my shift. Or I just sleep enough and I either want to work out or I don't. It really just depends on like how much sleep I get. Like I'm kind of glad that I'm working out in the morning because I don't have to worry about how much energy I have at the end of my shift.
Yeah.
Because then I can just come home, shower, go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I can just wake up the next morning and be like, all right, cool, working out, get out the way.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing. It's like you get the hard thing out of the way first. Like my job, relatively easy. But the hard part of my day is working out, just because of how much pain it puts me through. I enjoy working out, so it's really not the hard part. It's just the part that's like
discomfort. No, I'm just kidding. No,
it's a running joke that we have. But no. I like working out, so it's not something that like I try to avoid.
Yeah.
I just try to make myself not work out as much as I want to. Because if I work out as much as I want to, I'm gonna burn myself out immediately.
That's what I was talking to some of the other guys in the gym, Carlos and Luis. It's just like, I hear them 7 days, 3 hours, and I'm like, sometimes I'm twiddling my thumbs while I'm working, like I need to go work out, I want to go work out. But like we were saying, there's a routine, and you could do other different things. You're already burning 2,000 calories from existing, you know?
Like, okay, I want to talk about the hours so bad, but we're going to get away till later in the episode. We'll get there. But what's your take on sleep?
Like I was mentioning, I reiterate, I do not play with my sleep. I used to not prioritize it. Even before indoor skydiving, like working with professionals and champions, and like again, I really appreciate you taking the time and being patient with me, and also pushing me in, and also starting. Like again, this is your brainchild, man.
Of course.
My baby.
My
You
baby.
just see the camera towel.
No. I didn't even pay for it, but no.
We're running around. See him out. We were looking over for the USB and like
Trying to figure out so much stuff before we even started recording.
But sleep is just because, like you were mentioning, be it if it's from a day-to-day thing or my mind's constantly racing, so I try to wind down, and if I'm like, I love the idea of working out and then I feel exhausted and I can just hit the pillow, but I want to have my nightly routine, you know. There's people in our lives that they're like, I had a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's those are variables, and you know, I try to minimize the amount of variables that will, because there's even that dude Brian Johnson who's not Elon Musk, so PayPal, but there was another one who made Venmo, and he's trying to live to infinite and try to get 100 score because they have that Whoop but that's a whole different story too. But because I also feel whenever I sleep, right, I'm not as irritable, right, moody the next day, and the whole thing of recovering, getting stronger, it helps in so many different ways. And or like telling people that like, oh, I'm moody, it's like, how long did you sleep? You know, that's a major point of people that I've worked with. It's like, do you need a nap? I need a nap.
Like a lot of things with people who don't sleep the way that they should, or like they don't sleep enough, is that they're always sore. Like those are the people that are like, oh man, I've gone to the gym like 3 times this week and I'm still sore from things that I worked at the beginning of the week. And I'm like, okay, 1, how heavy did you go? 2, have you been sleeping properly since then? And then 3, did you train properly?
I'm wondering if I didn't feel that squeeze from yesterday because again I was just trying to move the weight. Because I've never done that incline bench.
But like sleep and recovery go hand in hand. Like if you're not sleeping, you're not going to recover the way you need to, or it's just going to slow your recovery down entirely. It's like,
or you work hard enough in the gym too.
You're kind of like nerfing yourself in a sense. It's like,
I was when I first met you too. Like you saw me. Sometimes I was even getting frustrated with myself doing jump volume. You know, staying there for an hour and a half, 2 hours when I should have done a condensed. And like I appreciate you again focusing more on the biceps too. And not burning the lats.
That's how I try to like split it. I try to I always try to do the bigger muscle first, and then I'll focus on the smaller one because I can load the smaller one up with way more volume than I can do the bigger one. I can lift heavier with the bigger one, but with the smaller one I can do way more tension and I can blast it way more. Which is why I like doing biceps the way that I do them, just because I can go intense as all hell and like still be okay, and I can recover probably within 2 days.
Hopefully. Like, sleep and everything, stress.
Like even if I do legs, I used to like not like leg pain. Like I still don't like leg pain, but like I do legs in the sense of I do it to optimize quad growth. Like most of the stuff I do, I usually only do it for quads. Like I'll do hammies and all that, and then I'll do a little bit of calves. But my calves just like, they naturally don't grow as much. I have like fighter calves in a sense.
Because like you were telling me about your background in wrestling and MMA and fighting, you know.
Because the fighters, like the preferred calf, like the leg, the preferred calf, like preferred leg for a fighter, is small calf, because I guess it makes it harder to kick or something like that. Yeah, I guess it makes it harder to kick your calf.
Yeah,
if it's smaller. It's just like a smaller target.
Because I used to kneel on people's calves.
Eee.
Yeah, when we're like, especially the top down.
Yeah.
You know. Ha!
That was a sound effect while he was fucking going for a shot.
There's a missing.
Now I don't have an ACO for that time to take a shot too early. Oh man.
Oh
But
man.
sleep, very important. Make sure that you hey, that kind of sleep too.
My girl was sending me 2 cats choking each other out.
Sleep. I saw a video of a cat getting